Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with Suzanne Muldowney, interpretive dancer. What have you got for us today, Suzanne?
This year marks a milestone anniversary for a very famous book, Dracula.
How many years?
125, a century and a quarter.
All right, so let's appreciate 125 years of Dracula. And how will we be celebrating today, Suzanne?
I'm going to be doing the dance that I've done most often, the Dracula Archives. It shows, well, obviously Dracula starts out as the vampire, but then he looks back on his past and reenacts scenes from his historical identity as Vlad the Impaler. He's taken prisoner, he pleads for freedom, he comes back, but he's assassinated, and then comes the monumental change.
When he turns into a vampire?
It was Stoker's novel that was solely responsible for the transformation.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll be looking forward to seeing each of those different phases of Dracula and Vlad Dracula, son of the dragon.
Dracula.
Dracula. All right. Thanks, Suzanne.
You're welcome.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Dracula. Suzanne. All right, so that was the Dracula archive. Tell me about it. How you feel you did?
I think I did all right, but I had trouble with my tunic, keeping it on, and
It's okay. You,
my,
you look a little nervous.
the red cape came undone, and well, probably the most important thing is I didn't scream or holler when I was assassinated, and then making the change.
Okay. Well, we didn't have microphones on for that, so I guess it's okay that you didn't scream and hoot and holler. But do you feel that you got the integrity of the feeling of the story of Vlad the Impaler? Do you feel like you got the story out there?
Well, performing single-handed might make it difficult to understand, unless some people have read the research books on Dracula by Radu Florescu and Raymond McNally. They wouldn't understand that I became Prince. I became a bloodthirsty impaler. Dracula did drink the blood from his impaled victims, but not from neck bites. You saw my hand go down the stake and then like this, tasting blood.
Yes.
Or that he was captured later, had to plead for his freedom, came back, and he was no longer trusted. He was assassinated.
So all right. Is that one of the things that did he drink the people's blood because he felt it made him stronger?
The historians never emphasized that.
Okay, so he was just drinking blood.
When I made as though I was going forward, as though I were heading for a victim, did the woman who was sitting in that chair out there actually think I was coming after her?
Do you want to come over and talk about this? Here, run in real quick. Come here. All right. Hey, here's Rose. All right, represent. Hey.
Hi.
Did you feel nervous or threatened in any way, shape, or form?
That was so amazing. I was a little scared. I really was. I feel like you really channeled that really well. I was loved it.
Well, in the dance itself, sometimes I've gone after people. If there's a staircase at the center front of the stage, I can go down and try to make for someone. Someone sitting on the end seat, the aisle seat, is easier to take.
Easy prey. You're going to pick them off at the edges, right?
I thought for a second you were going to come after me. I really channeled
well, when
that.
there's no staircase on the stage, or I haven't consulted with anybody, then I just stay up there. I just come to the front of the stage and then pretend that I'm feeding on a victim the way you saw me do.
And in the past, you've had other famous victims. I think wasn't Florescu and Radu Florescu one of the people that you came in to bite?
When we speak of historians researching Dracula's real story, we're talking about Radu Florescu and Raymond McNally. Now, McNally was a vampire buff. There was a convention.
I thought you were going to say he was a vampire.
There was a convention in Los Angeles in 1997 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the book. And that was the first time I had seen Florescu or McNally in years. I talked with McNally and said, "You're a vampire buff. Can I trust you to feign attack upon?" But when the time came, he wasn't sitting in an aisle seat. He was way deep among the other people. I had to go down, and I couldn't attack him from the front because the space was very narrow. So I had to go around the back and get in then.
A side attack. Okay. How did he take it?
He was very ill-tempered about it. When I saw him later that same evening, he said, "I would prefer you go look for and stay with Radu, his other half."
Okay, very good. It is what it is. All right, I didn't dig it. All right, so what's next? Next, we're going to do a little fashion show?
Yes. I found that when I did Dracula at science fiction conventions, people wondered what the costume stood for, especially when I was supposed to be the real Dracula. So I formatted it into a fashion show.
Right. So Dracula wasn't like he wasn't wearing a like. Oh, hold on. When you think of well, all right, here, come on over. All right. So when you think of Dracula, what would you think that he would be dressed like?
A big cape.
Yeah, and
Velvet cape, right?
Yeah.
A nice tuxedo, maybe.
A tuxedo.
Maybe.
All right. So
no.
all right. So I see. No. But let's find out what Suzanne has to say. All right, Suzanne, what's up? Tuxedos? What?
A black cape lined with red, short hairdo, and especially a tuxedo are Bela Lugosi stereotypes.
Okay. So yeah. So he took liberties with the look.
Yes.
I don't know if I've emphasized enough. When anybody reads Dracula the novel, they've got to watch out for passages in it which do refer to the original Dracula. Bram Stoker was careful to include the story behind the story in his novel, like the footnotes and bibliography of a school term paper. But alas, so many dramatizations of the novel left out that information from their scripts, so that in time Dracula was believed to be strictly fictional.
Okay. All right. Sounds all right. All right. Thank you so much, Suzanne. And we're looking forward to the Dracula fashion show, so we could learn a little bit more about Dracula.
Well, how he and other people of his time dressed.
Okay. Very good. Very good. All right. There is you know what? I received some emails of people asking about some of the contemporary Dracula films, and if any of those were more true to the look. So any films did good?
I saw a movie called Dracula Untold. I thought it was going to be about Dracula's boyhood, because he wasn't born cruel. He was conditioned through his formative years. But the story began when he was already established as the Impaler, and it was very poorly done.
Okay. What about that one with what's that one with Keanu Reeves and what were they? The other actors. What other actors were in it?
Gary Oldman.
How'd he do?
I liked his interpretation best when it came to showing both sides of the man, because the movie opened with a historical prologue showing him as Vlad, and even after he changed to the vampire, he referred to himself as Vlad a number of times, flashbacks.
Okay. What about like Twilight or any of those other vampire films? None of those meet your criteria?
No, I don't watch those because Dracula isn't in them.
Okay, I got it. Okay, so now vampire fashion show, Dracula fashion show. All right, so let's get to it. Thank you. All right, so.